Hey everyone, it's Jen and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm a woman in long-term recovery. I am also a CARC, a CRPA, a rape crisis counselor, and a Narcan trainer. If you look at my description box down below, you will find a link to a video that describes all of that and how you can obtain those certificates in the good old state of New York where I am from. If you also look at my description box down below, you will find a link tree which gives you the link to all of my social media, including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, every other, thing you can possibly think of. You will also find the link to my Patreon. I have a one fee for everybody. And my Amazon wish list. I have a harm reduction wish list, which is available by request only. Please reach out if you are interested because I am very, very, very low on supplies. I actually just packed a bag and was like, oh my God, I have nothing left. And then my go bags is what I use to help my local people who are in, recovery, active in addiction, newly home from incarceration, mental institutions, prisons, rehabs, homeless shelters, etc. It's like 9,000 degrees here today, so please don't mind this. I don't even know what this is. This is whatever it wants to be. I'm like melting. It's terrible. It's very humid. It looks like it's going to rain, and I'm praying that it makes it cooler. What else did I want to tell you guys? I think that's it for now. Frankie's hopping around. I brought snacks this time, so hopefully she'll stay quiet. Today I'm going to do your Q&A. I asked you guys a week or so ago on Instagram, ask me anything you want to ask me, and we're going to do those today. So by all means, do not, pardon the glasses so I can see. Let's see. So this question, a couple of them I'm just gonna do together because they were all asked, the same thing. So one is, how can I do the Narcan training? So you can do the Narcan training directly with me. I have videos you can look back. I will link it here up above. You can watch that, and then I charge $8 for the shipping and handling of the Narcan. I can't afford to pay the shipping for everybody, so that's it. The training itself is free. It's just the shipping that you pay for. Let's see what else. How is Jared doing, and how are you? Sending lots of love. So that's Something by Katie. So Something by Katie, thank you so much. He's doing really well. I have tried to step my game up and be more supportive. And how am I doing? That's a question that came up a lot throughout all of this. I'm okay. I was mad at first. I was mad because I kind of didn't see this at all and completely saw it all at the same time, if that makes sense. And then I was just hurt and then worried and then scared, all the things. So I don't think I'm mad anymore. I'm just whatever. We're just taking it one step at a time as it comes and going from there. So I don't know how to say this. It would look like Kyle, but it's KYLXX. Not sure. Any advice for someone with extremely bad social anxiety? I can't do anything. Well, I'm sorry. That sucks. I suffer from anxiety myself. And in all honesty, I feel like the only thing that really genuinely helps, well, some days nothing helps. That's the bitter truth about anxiety, unfortunately. For me, having my home organized and making my bed every day and having repetition like that helps. And believe it or not, CBD products really help as well. I don't smoke marijuana. I'm all for it, by all means. Well, shit, whatever keeps you happy and healthy, I'm all about. For me, it would make my anxiety worse, but for some people, sorry, Frankie hit the thing. For some people, they say it's better, and if that works for you, please partake. How are you really the one-armed bandit? Well, first off, I love you. I think you're adorable, and I appreciate all your messages and everything you do and reach out to me. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm better. That's for sure. So, Val Stonerick said, how is your hubby doing? Thank you for asking that. He's doing okay. Like, I truly think he's doing okay. I'm doing more of my part and being more active in our daily lives because I was slacking. I absolutely was. You know, and I'm checking in more with him, like, hey, how are you feeling? What's going on? Not in like a motherly prying way, just like, what's up? You good? Like, what's happening? How you feel? And he'll be like, I'm all right, or meh, you know, so we're having more open conversation. So Whitney Dietering, please, I accept my apologies if I'm butchering your, you know, stuff. So, most validating positive experience in prison and recovery. This is a great question. So, most validating experience in prison or positive experience. The most positive experience in prison was having Bella. And making friends that I still have to this day. Being positive experience in recovery. So, I have one actually, and it's from pretty recent. So, there was a man, and I'm not going to say his name because it's not my place to out him, who arrested me, actually. And I had this very big preconceived notion in my head of who he was, what type of human being he was, we'll say. And recently, when I had a meeting with the sheriff, I mentioned this gentleman to the sheriff, and he was like, well, let's squash that real quick. And I was like, what do you mean? And he went and brought him in, and I sat down and I spoke with him. And he said a couple of things to me that really validated who I am as a person today and the things that I do. He told me that I proved everyone wrong. And that in itself was, you know, this is the man who hunted me and arrested me. And at the time, I had a lot of animosity towards because I felt he took my freedom and he did this when really it was my actions that did that, right? So when we're in the wrong, we always blame the people who we think are responsible instead of actually looking at ourselves and understanding that the things that we were doing were 100% wrong. You know, so there's a person in my local community, he pretends to be in recovery, but he's really not. And he blames his position on everyone else because he's still very sick and still suffering. He doesn't understand that he's reaping what he's sown. So it goes the same way for me in the past. I did not understand I was reaping what I had sown. And for this gentleman to say that to me and, you know, look me in the eye and have a really open conversation with me, that was a really, really unbelievably proud moment and experience in my recovery. I actually could not believe that. And I walked out of there just amazed by what had happened. And I expect people to give me a second chance and not judge me on my past actions. I have to be willing to do the same for other people as well and see my hand in it and see my part in it. That's true growth, and you know, that's where it's at in life. That's a learning experience right there. For me, that was just amazing. Like, it was probably one of the proudest moments in my life. So another question by Lena Marty. How am I? I'm okay. I'm okay. Let's see. Tabitha Whitfield. Do you have any physical health problems from your time in addiction? I absolutely do. So as many of you know, if you've been following me for a while, I wore a Holter monitor, like a heart monitor, if you will, back in, I believe, January. And ever since then, my test came back abnormal. The lower right part of my heart just beats improperly. It beats very quickly, and it causes me to have a series of irregular heartbeats. And then on top of it, I have a very low heartbeat. So I'm taking a beta blocker, which is really tricky because that naturally lowers your heartbeat to begin with. And I already have a very low heartbeat, but they need to do something to stop my heart from beating so quickly. Who knows? I've been trying to get a stress test for months, and the insurance company just won't cover it. Oh, Swarner Sarah asked if I was fine. I'm fine. I am. You guys all asked if I'm fine. And then Alexis, I'm gonna put my spectacles on. Alexis Quinn 11. Do I have any tattoos? Oh yeah, I have. So this is actually a prison tattoo. It's Jared's initials on our wedding date. I have a tattoo here. I have a tattoo here. I have a tattoo on the back of my neck. I have tattoos in lower regions, we'll just say, hips, groin. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like I have any. I'm trying to change that, but nobody around here wants to, you know, show up for appointments. Alexis Quinn 11 responded, want to be friends, love you, girl. Girl, we already are friends. We're all friends. I don't know how to say it. Well, this is not really, so it's P1, P3, R1, 3, Bulma? I don't know. You always comment, you always send me messages, and I appreciate that. So how are you doing? Are you okay? I am. Like I said earlier, you know, it was to be expected. I mean, but it's cool. We're good. Ashley Kayla 13, what was the craziest thing you saw in prison? You know, I seen some shit. Like seeing the officer get the oil poured on her that was meant for the other inmate, that was crazy. Like that's just crazy in life in general, like on the streets or on the inside. That shit was crazy. Let's see. M Salsa 18 said, your number one recommendation to loved ones of recovering addicts. I'm not sure what you mean as far as recommendation, but I mean, I just tell everybody the same thing. Like, and this is such a difficult thing because you know that they're on the wrong path. You love them and you want to see them go the right way, but it's just such a difficult thing. Set boundaries for yourself, you know, be very, very stern in what you will do and what you will not do. And that's okay. Take care of yourself because you cannot help anybody else if you cannot take care of you. And just love them. You know, you have to love them unconditionally. An addict or an alcoholic, someone who suffers from substance use disorder, they're not going to stop until they're done. That's just it. And you have to accept that. You have, the same way you want them to be accepting of how you feel and the boundaries you set, you also have to be accepting that this is the road that they are choosing to be on at this time, because it's their path, it's their life to live. And that's a very hard pill to swallow. Farrah Clayton 7 says, so she asks about Bella. Bella is wonderful. Unfortunately, I can't go into detail, but soon. Let's see. Cassandra Dawn says, what are my feelings on cannabis? So, ironically, I kind of just touched on that a little bit. I think cannabis is a wonderful drug. It is not for me and my recovery. I support all pathways to recovery. Cannabis, methadone, Suboxone, you know, whatever, 12 steps, Buddhist, whatever, there's so many different things out there. Like whatever gets you to where you need to be in life to be happy and healthy, I'm all about it. As long as you are going about things the right way and being a productive member of society, doing no harm, actively becoming a better person, working on yourself, telling the truth. I don't care how you get there, just get there. Stop dying. So I'm all for it. Mrs. Tracy Couch, she said, you are truly an amazing person, a fucking hero in my eyes. How are you? That's super sweet and I appreciate that. Picky Niggy asked the same thing, like, how are you? Like, really, how are you? I'm okay, guys. Like, I'm cool. QT1115. Do you ever need volunteers? I'd love to help and meet. So, you know, believe it or not, I have an entire team of volunteers now because I have partnered with Delaware Opportunities. I'm going to give you guys a video on them in the next week. They are amazing. I had a meeting with them yesterday and they were so incredibly supportive. I got to meet with bulk of the agency heads within. So Delaware Opportunities houses a bunch of agencies within one large agency. So they're all under the umbrella of Delaware Opportunities, but they're all sub-agencies that work throughout our county. And I got to meet with them and find out all the services that I did not know that they'd offer. And this is just amazing. It's going to give my people access to so much great stuff. So I'm looking forward to telling you guys all about that. Let's see. Jesse Belmazzato asked how I am. So did BN Proc asked how I'm doing. Great, good, still alive and kicking. Katharina RU92 asked how is Jared doing today? Jared is frustrated today. Currently, Jared is frustrated. He's at work and he's on a very, very steep bank, cutting trees and pulling them out with the skidder. So he's got to like cut them, walk up to the machine, he's got to walk down the bank, cut them, walk back up the bank, get the cord thingy, mabobber, very technical term, and pull this winch, that's it. He's got to get the winch cord, walk back down the bank, rope up the trees, walk back up the bank to get the winch, going to pull them back up. And it's like 95 degrees of humidity. So he's not a happy camper. He told me he's sweating so much, his phone was wet. So I have to figure out how to get him like one of those cooling towels, or like I saw, they were kind of pricey though. I saw one of those like fans you put around your neck, like headphones almost, maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm afraid he's gonna get like heat stroke. So thank you, Katharina, for asking that. Do you have any advice for how to cope when I don't feel good enough? That's Harshi W. Well, that's kind of a very broad statement. So when you feel less than, try and remember why you're doing everything you're doing. Do something you enjoy, call somebody, message someone. You're not alone. And sometimes we all don't feel good enough. We all feel like we're not leveling up the way we should. So just remember, you're not alone in that feeling. Taylor Marie 904. How can I further my knowledge on harm reduction? Okay, what would you like to know? So you can look for harm reduction groups on Facebook. Got a little ahead of myself. And you can join them. I have some videos. You can search my previous videos and learn about harm reduction. You can Google it. There's books. Jordan, who wrote One Hit Away, who is now in the process of writing a harm reduction novel. And I've had the absolute honor and privilege of pre-reading some of the chapters for him. And let me tell you, I have never read a book like this before. I've never seen a harm reduction novel. And I am so stoked for this, you guys. You have no idea. And yes, I'm absolutely going to beg him and try and convince him to let us do a giveaway for it. So that is going to be entertaining, educational, and everything all rolled into one. I am so fucking excited for this book. You have no idea. Let's see. Shani Bells asks, how do you handle when people are not the same place as you, can't get through to them? Girl, that's an excellent question. It's frustrating. I have to... like when you're going through something, it's difficult because you've never been through it before, but once you get to the end, you can be like, you can do it because you made it through, so everybody else can. It's kind of like the same scenario. Like so when it's clients, it's different for me. I have so much more empathy. But like with Jared, I expect more from him. And I have to sometimes take a step back and really remember he is not me just because he's my other half and we're two peas in a pod and he's like my motherfucking person. He's still not me. And I have to remember that sometimes, and it's fucking frustrating because I expect more from him, and that is where I still have to figure out things and work on things, because that's unfair to him. But with clients, for some reason, because they're not my husband, I have more empathy, which is shitty on my part, and it's something that I'm working on. You know, I don't know. I know they'll get there. We'll all get there. I mean, shit. It took me, I don't even want to tell you how many years. So, you know what I mean? Like, we'll all get there. Like, with certain people, I expect them to not be where I am. But with certain people, I expect them to, which is so weird, right? Let's see. The Gala family wants to know how I'm actually doing. I'm okay, guys. I really am. I'm not going to lie. I was thrown for a loop, you know, and didn't expect him to it came really out of nowhere. And that's, I think, part of what it really was. And then Gold 1980 asked the same thing, like, how am I? I'm cool, guys. I am. You know, sometimes these things have to happen for a reason. I truly feel like they do. Dorothy asked how I'm doing. Tugas Mamas, I'm probably saying that way wrong, asked how I'm doing with Jared struggles. So, like, guys, I'm cool. Like, I am. I was really, oh, that was a horrible light, right? So I was really thrown for a loop. I was really mad, hurt, disappointed, upset, scared, worried, threatened, like all the things, right? I was all the things, and then all the things passed, and it was just him and I, and that's my man. Like, I know his shortcomings. I know where he goes wrong. It's frustrating because I can't fix him. But I think we're actually in a really good place today. I think he's in a really good place today. You know, it was Memorial Day weekend, and we had all weekend in the house to talk and talk and talk and talk. And I think we did, and I yelled at him a lot. He cried, I cried. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're okay. So for today, that's where we are. And I appreciate all your support. Like, I know I said it last video, but I'm gonna say that shit again. Your comments in the comment section that day on the video about him struggling was fucking incredible and beautiful. And when I tell you, this man read every fucking comment and talked to me about them, your support and love has just been beautiful. And I really think it helped him. And I think it helped him step up his game too, because I don't think he realized how much he meant to all of y'all as well. You know, and we've gone from there, and y'all are our family, and we just really thank you for that. So that's it. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you guys on Friday. Remember, we recover loudly, so those behind us do not suffer in silence. Bye.